Therapists work by helping you to help your child. A therapist is a bit like a parent helping their child take their first steps. They work closely with you at the start and then move back as you become more confident. Therapy should be family focused because you are the most important person in your child's life. A good move is to start with one therapy and gradually add others as needed. The type of therapy that will benefit your child and family depend upon their needs. But most often, children and families get support from speech therapists, occupational therapists, physiotherapists, and psychologists. But what exactly do they all do? Well, speech therapists focus on building your skills as a family to help your child's communication. This can include speech, understanding what others are saying, and communication tools such as key word sign or communication boards. Increasing communication skills can help to manage emotions and build social skills. Occupational therapists, or OTs, focus on building your skills as a family to support your child to undertake everyday activities. They work with families to improve sleep, playing, eating, getting dressed, and toileting. OTs can help families manage sensory issues like sensitivity to noise or light. Increasing these skills can help children manage emotions and build social skills. Physios work to improve physical movement and mobility, supporting families to help their children sit, stand, and move. Physiotherapists are the professionals who prescribe wheelchairs and other assistive technology like walkers and supportive seating. Psychologists work with children and families to address emotional and behavioural concerns. They build your skills as a family to help your child identify and cope with emotions and improve social skills. Many children and families work with multiple therapists over time, which can get pretty overwhelming. Having a key worker or lead therapist can make this process much easier for you. A key worker or lead therapist is a therapist who works with your child and who also helps to organise other therapists as needed. Funding for these types of allied health therapies is in the capacity building section of your child's NDIS plan. With all these different options, you might be wondering, where do I even start? Well, a good place to start is by talking with your paediatrician and focusing on the areas where your child requires the most assistance. Maybe that's with communication, sleep, or support to move. You might get some word of mouth recommendations from friends or colleagues. It's a good idea to ask why they think that therapist is good or what their child likes about that particular therapist. Use local Facebook parent groups or Google searches to find therapists in your area who support children with similar needs to your child. You can try contacting professional organisations. Organisations like Speech Pathology Australia maintain databases of therapists. Look through the list and see what therapists are available. And there's always the NDIS Provider Finder. It can be a little tricky to use, but basically you enter your postcode and under the registration group, select Early Intervention Services for Early Childhood. Let's talk wait lists for a second. Most therapists have them and you can ask to go on them while you're applying for the NDIS so that when your child gets a plan, you're already moving up the list. It's a good idea to ask about how long the wait list is and the estimated time to wait. And remember, you can be on more than one list at a time. Sometimes it can be quicker to start with telehealth sessions and move to face-to-face appointments once you're at the top of the wait list. Okay, so let's say you found a therapist. But how do you know you're receiving good therapy? I mean, what does good therapy look like? Well, good therapy involves active participation from both you and your child, and it can involve siblings if appropriate. Good therapy gives you practical strategies that you use at home, childcare, kindergarten, and school. It works in partnership with your child's teachers and educators, and it's enjoyable for your child. And good therapy helps you feel supported and confident to support your child's development. You should expect your therapist to communicate clearly with you. Now, on the flip side, there are some warning signs that a service or therapist isn't all it claims to be. Be cautious of claims that they will cure or fix your child or make them normal. And watch out for interventions that might be trying to sell you something, or where the cost seems out of proportion to what's being offered. Trusting your instinct is a positive step. Remember, you have the right to ask questions, change therapists if necessary, and voice concerns when needed.